Good morning. Glad to see you. Welcome to Scotty's Toy Box, and I'm Scotty. Pull up a chunk of that there internet while we still have a little bit of it left and sit down, because today we're going to talk some off the cuff about civility. By the way, I hope you've had your coffee. I keep getting told the last few days Democrats got to be civil. Democrats have got to be above the fray. Democrats have got to be the example. Crap that. Quite frankly, as long as the other side is holding children in cages and separating families and even threatening to separate families, we don't have to be civil. We have to be adamant that we just simply aren't going to take it. We have to be factual. We have to have an understanding of our subject material, and we need to make sure we express it, because they are going to express theirs, and they will be wrong in what they believe. I watch these same people calling for us to be civil, for me to be civil, have a conniption and a meltdown because they claim that Sarah Huckabee Sanders was mistreated. These are the same people who crow when a cake baker doesn't even get to the part of individual cakes, just simply the people talking to him about his shop and that. Oh, you're gay? I'm not selling you anything I would sell to everybody else. Sorry. Well, but that's fine. That's good. That's right. Well, it isn't fine and it isn't right. Now, if you can do that and be happy about it, if you can deny somebody else's equal rights under the law for services in the public square, then don't be offended when it happens to you. I don't like this disarming one side only bit. The Democrats are the first to say, well, we'll disarm. You know, we will give ground. We'll meet you halfway on the bridge. The Republicans come halfway and they say, no, we still have to meet halfway further on your side. That's not halfway, that's 3/4 of the way. During the Bush administration, it used to be a funny joke, but it wasn't, that they believed compromise was them getting everything they wanted. The fact is, the side calling for civility has been the side that has been chanting lock her up, who has a president that is, or a leader of their party, who has insulted everyone, journalists. He's threatened journalists. He's asked people to punch other people and said he'd cover their costs, which he won't do. He has gone on the attack of fellow politicians, personal attacks. Remember, Elizabeth Warren was was stopped from speaking in the Senate. They used a rule saying that she was insulting a fellow senator, Jeff Sessions, when she wanted to read the letter from Loretta Scott King, that Sessions was simply unfit to be a cabinet member. At the time, she was writing it because he was going up for a judgeship, and he didn't get it then. Now, the males all, of course, came back, and they read the letter, and nobody stopped them. But they stopped the female. Said, you have no right to do this. You're being insulting. Their party insults every single member. Trump delights in finding nicknames, insulting nicknames for these. As long as these people are going to be bullies, the only thing that stops a bully is to stand up to the bully. And that is something we have to do. We have to, yes, my little cat Milo thinks I'm upset and he wants to get over here and make me feel better. That's all right, baby. I have to do this. We have to make people understand. Now, I'm not advocating for violence. I don't believe in violence unless it's necessary to save a life or to prevent grievous bodily injury. But I do believe wholeheartedly, 100%, that we need to be as in your face as they are. We need, if they, Where was the calls for civility when the guy was throwing chicken poop? When he was throwing poop at the Red Hen restaurant? Where were the calls for civility from all of those people marching around there, closing the business? Did Fox News say to them, "Oh, please don't do that. Be civil. Let's be above it. Let's be above the fray"? No, they went on the attack, and they got their frickin' way. Well, as a lady from Canada said to me today on a comment on my blog, Scotty's Toy Box, drop by, make me something in that toy box you like. But she said, just talking about it isn't enough. Well, sometimes that's the most we can do. But we don't talk about it in wishy ways that, oh, well, you have a point. I saw yesterday a clip where the Trump supporters had "fuck your feelings" on their t-shirt. Really? Now, you want to lecture me about being civil? So I'm not saying go out and do illegal crimes, harm somebody physically. But I am saying I don't see a problem with shouting down somebody in a restaurant who is committing acts like holding children in cages. Because you see, just following orders is not a legitimate response. It's not my fault. Hey, the president ordered it and I did it. Well, that excuse was used and found lacking back in the Nuremberg trials. And yes, I am comparing the current presidential regime to Hitler's. Think of the way Hitler came to power. He came to power gradually with support of a minority of the people, and he used demagoguery, he used fear, and he used the population to abuse others who wouldn't go along with him until he got total power. You think Trump's not trying that trick? He started right from the bat making scapegoats of others. This whole thing on immigration is a big smokescreen designed to scare the crap out of people who don't know. MS-13 was started in the United States, in California, Los Angeles, I believe, and we deported those gang members to countries that weren't prepared for them and didn't know they were coming. We bear responsibility. Of all the people coming across the border, which a lot less people are coming than ever before. That was dropping long before Trump was a president. But the people coming are seeking refuge. They're seeking to have asylum. These are people who are being threatened. They're watching their daughters be raped, little kids raped. They're watching their boys be tortured and killed. Either join the gang and support them or die. Your mother dies, your father dies, What's a kid supposed to do? After they've lost 2 or 3 kids, they run for the border. They run for the United States. They say, help us. Most of them don't even come to the United States that are asking for asylum. But the ones that do get here, and they're treated like an infestation? Come on, we're better than this, people. And we need to stand up. So, as long as somebody's spouting things that make no sense, bigotry and hatred, engage them. Talk to them. Tell them what the real facts are. Be firm. You don't have to be insulting. You don't have to call them a bunch of vile names, even though you'd really like to. But if they start calling you names, call them right back. Don't step back from them. If you see them and they're engaging, if they're online and you engage them, give it back to them. Tell them the truth, and if they don't like it, call them a snowflake, because that's what they do to us. Facts are an interesting thing. It's become that facts aren't facts unless somebody's willing to stand up and force the issue that they're facts. Alrighty, this is long enough. It's almost 10 minutes. It's been good. I don't think I have the sound and settings right. I haven't done one of these videos in ages. I have two different cameras and I dropped one and it hasn't worked quite right since. And I think this is the one because obviously I don't think the sound in my lips is synced. So what you do is you just listen to the sound, forget the picture. Who wants to look at me anyway? Alrighty, good morning to everybody. Enjoy your coffee. Gonna start doing a lot more of these. Try to do one 3 times a week. And this has been Scotty from Scotty's Toy Box on civility, on facts, on what we should do. Stand up, stand proud, be tall. If you can't stand, stand anyway.